Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is December 31st, 2023, and Brazilian media outlets are currently reporting that Barcelona signing of Messinho is only a matter of time. Also, I have for you the date that Vitor Roque could debut for the first team. And finally, Mika Faye could be slipping away in the summer transfer market. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and it's officially the final day of 2023. And with that, I want to wish all of you amazing people a happy new year. And hopefully next year will bring you a lot more blessings and good health. Now, having said that, I will end the year with a bang. I'm going to be making 2 videos since I didn't do one yesterday. So this will be 1 out of 2 videos. So make sure to be on the lookout for the second video for today. Of course, as always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. All of this helps the channel continue to grow so we can all continue to grow together as 2024 is only a few hours away. Now, let's dive right into the news because the Vice President of Finance of Barcelona, Eduard Romeo, gave a statement yesterday where he was asked about whether the board of directors would consider perhaps selling a portion of the club or maybe loaning out a portion of the club. And Eduard Romeo was very adamant about his message. He said that Barcelona has a valuation of 7 billion euros. And if Barcelona were to cede 15% of the club, that most likely would solve the entire debt of Barcelona, would solve all the financial problems of Barcelona. But however, under this board of directors, under Joan Laporta's presidency, Barcelona are not contemplating that. The club is not for sale. The club belongs to its members like it always has. And Eduard Romeo believes that's always going to be true as long as Joan Laporta is president, and that the problem is not how the club is structured, that it actually belongs to its members. He believes that the problem is more about how the club is ran. He believes that Barcelona needs to be ran more professionally, more like a corporation. That way we can improve its finances versus selling the club to other companies or to other individuals. Because again, Eduard Romeo was very clear. Barcelona is not for sale. It belongs to its members. It always has and it always will, as long as Joan Laporta is president. Now, in fact, Eduard Romeo has revealed that Barcelona have received a big amount of offers from companies, from individuals to buy a percentage of the club. And Barcelona or the board of directors have not even entertained these offers. They haven't even listened to these offers because, again, Eduard Romeo very adamant that as long as Joan Laporta is president, Barcelona is not for sale and it will continue to belong to its members. Now, speaking of the board of directors, it is reported that Deco and Xavi Hernandez are set to meet next week in order to discuss the profile of the player or what kind of player they will try to sign during a winter transfer market. Now, as I reported before, Barcelona have decided that they will sign a midfielder during the winter transfer market, someone to reinforce the midfield since Gabi will be out until the summer, Pedri will be out until the end of January. So as a result, Barcelona are in the market for a midfielder on a 6-month loan, somebody who can come just during this second half of the season to reinforce the midfield, because in the summer, Barcelona will look for a more permanent answer or a more permanent signing for the midfield. And it's reported that Deco and Xavi Hernandez are set to meet this upcoming week to discuss what kind of options are there. Deco's going to lay out all the possible options that Barcelona could sign, discuss them with Xavi to see what Xavi believes is best for the team. And of course, Joan Laporta and other members of the board of directors will be present, because not only do we need to know which players are available and whether they would fit in Barcelona or not, we also have to figure out whether the club will be financially able to sign these players, because after all, we do have a big problem with the financial fair play rules. So we'll see what's going to come out of this meeting. What will Xavi and Deco and Joan Laporta decide? Of course, as soon as we have some news, I will update you. So as always, make sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date in all of Barcelona's news. Now, speaking of signing players, let's talk about the big name that's currently being talked about, which is Esteban William, or otherwise known as Messinho, one of the most promising talents in Brazilian football. He's a right winger. He has that magic touch, really great dribbler. And of course, Barcelona have been linked with him for quite some time. They've been tracking him for quite some time, and they've been wanting to sign him for quite some time. But then it seemed that Barcelona might not be able to because Palmeiras won the entire 60 million euro release clause up front in cash, which is something that Barcelona cannot afford. So as a result, other clubs have come forward and made that offer, including Manchester United, Manchester City, Arsenal, PSG, and Chelsea have all offered to pay the 60 million euros cash up front to sign Messinho. But as I reported in my last video, Messinho has requested a meeting with Laporta through his agent, Andre Curie, because they want to sit down. They want to talk about coming up with a plan, because despite Messinho having a lot of offers from a lot of clubs, he only wants to go to Barcelona. So the way he wants to do that, Messinho wants to force Palmeiras' hands by saying, Palmeiras, I only want to go to Barcelona, forcing Palmeiras to only negotiate with Barcelona and therefore accepting that payment plan that Barcelona are hoping to offer to Palmeiras. And now the new news is that media outlets in Brazil are reporting that the signing of Messinho is only a matter of time. So it's no longer whether Barcelona going to sign Messinho or not. It's not whether maybe we'll sign him, maybe not. We'll see. No, now they're saying that Barcelona will sign Messinho, but it's only a matter of time. So it's not longer whether yes or no. It's now just a matter of time. Of course, I don't like to say that this is going to happen for sure, because the meeting still has to happen between Andre Curie and Joan Laporta. They need to come up with a plan. They need to bring that plan to Palmeiras and see if Palmeiras agree. But just know that Brazilian media outlets who are very close to Palmeiras are saying that it's a matter of time. So it looks like Messinho could be very highly likely coming to Barcelona. And of course, he's only 16 years old, so he would not be able to come to Barcelona until July of 2025. So don't expect him anytime soon, even if Barcelona managed to make this signing. Now, speaking of Brazilian players, let's talk about Vitor Roque, who, of course, as I reported before, landed in the city of Barcelona on Wednesday, had his first training on Friday, December the 29th. Yesterday, Saturday, December the 30th, he had his second training, but it was the first training with open doors where there was a lot of fans. As you can see in the picture, Vitor Roque was signing autographs. And he did score his first goal during training. Really good goal. If you haven't seen it, I recommend you to look it up. I think Barcelona posted it on their social media outlets, but Vitor Roque has scored his first goal. But the news is that we might have a possible debut of the Brazilian. Of course, the first match that Barcelona are set to play once 2024 rolls in is the match against Las Palmas on January 4th. It's expected that Vitor Roque will be included in that squad, will travel with the team to the Canarian Islands. However, it's not expected that he will start in or play in that match, because he's only going to have a few trainings by then, probably like 4 or 5. So even though he will be included in the squad list, he will travel with the team. It's not expected that Vitor Roque will play that match. Of course, things can change. Maybe Barcelona score 5 goals in the first half and we can see Vitor Roque come in, but it's highly unlikely. And reports are saying that most likely we could see Vitor Roque debut on January 7th. So 3 days after the match against Las Palmas, Barcelona will play its first match in the Copa del Rey against UD Barbastro. And they're saying that we could see a debut of the Brazilian in the Copa del Rey on January 7th. Of course, we're all very excited to see Vitor Roque start. We'll see whether he starts against Barbastro or not. They're saying most likely he will. Who knows? Maybe we'll see him earlier against Las Palmas. Very highly unlikely, but just know that most likely is going to be in the Copa del Rey. Now, more news, because since we are on the topic of young, talented players, there's reports now saying that Mika Faye could be slipping away in the summer transfer market. Barcelona signed Mika Faye, the Senegalese defender from the Croatian League. He's only 19 years old. He's considered one of the most promising defenders in all of Europe right now. He's currently playing with Barca Athletic as he adapts to the Barcelona style of play and to Spanish football or top flight football in Europe. And it's reported that Mika Faye's agent has informed Barcelona that the player is expecting, or they're expecting to receive several concrete and very lucrative offers come the summer, including from teams like Girona, Dortmund, and also Chelsea. And as a result, there's reports saying that he Barcelona might be forced to sell Mika Faye come the summer. Now, this is not something that Barcelona want to do. Barcelona realize that Mika Faye is a very talented and promising player. They want to keep him in the club. Mika Faye prioritizes staying in Barcelona as well. But if Barcelona do receive some big, high, lucrative offer from him, they could be forced to sell him, but only because of the financial situation of the club. Now, a lot of people, whenever I mention Barcelona might having to sell someone, they get mad. They're like, how can Barcelona do this? They're stupid, blah, blah, blah. He's a great player. Look, Barcelona are very much aware that Mika Fay is an incredibly talented player. They want to keep him. But given the financial situation, if they receive a big offer, like 40 million euros or something around there, they would be forced to sell him, not because they want to, but again, because they have to, because of the financial situation. After all, we have to prioritize the club as an institution over players. I mean, Barcelona got rid of Lionel Messi, the best player in the history of the club, the best player in the history of the world, in order to save Barcelona. So what makes you think that they're not going to sell some important players? You know, if you have to do that, Barcelona might. For now, that's not the plan. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Just know that it might be a possibility if Barcelona receive high and lucrative offers for Mika Faye. Now, we will end today's news with the statements of Atletico de Madrid's president, Enrique Cerezo, who has sent a strong message to Barcelona. He was asked about Joao Felix. He said, what's going to happen with Joao Felix since, you know, the Joao Felix effect is kind of like dimming. You know, he hasn't been consistent with Barcelona. And the press asked him, you know, what's going to happen if Barcelona do not sign him? Well, Enrique Cerezo responded that Joao Felix is one of the best players, if not the best player in Europe, that they're not worried if Barcelona decide not to sign him, that they will take him back, and that they have several offers from other clubs that he could go to. So in other words, he's telling Barcelona, you either pay the entire price we want, or we will take him back and send him somewhere else, because there are plenty of clubs interested in him. So it seems that the possible signing of Joao Felix is not going to be easy. Looks like Enrique Cerezo and Atletico Madrid are putting their foot down, saying you either pay what we want you to pay, or we will send Joao Felix somewhere else. You know, I've made my opinion clear before. I don't think Joao Felix is performing at the level that Atletico Madrid are asking for. They want 80 million euros, maybe all the way down to 40. I don't think Joao Felix's performance is at that level. Of course, it's still early. We're still halfway through the season. Maybe things change around. But as Joao Felix continues performing this the way he is right now, I wouldn't pay 80 million euros. I wouldn't pay 40 million euros. And I would honestly just thank him for his services and send him back to Spain. But of course, I always do like to hear from you. Let me know, would you sign Joao Felix for that much? If not, how much would you sign him for? Would you sign him at all? Let me know down below in the comment section. But anyways, that is all the news for this video. Again, this is 1 out of 2 videos. I will be making one a few hours later. If I don't see you if you don't watch the second video, I just want to wish all of you a happy new year. Hopefully 2024 will bring you a lot more blessings and health. Again, another video coming up. I will see you then. Be Barca.